book review of It Is Even Worse Than. It Looks, How the American Constitutional System Collided with the New Politics of Extremism. By Thomas E. Mann and Norman J. Ornstein. Mann and Ornstein have decided, in the writing of their book, that the time has come to abandon the even-handedness that always gives both sides of an argument equal weight. This is the reporting style fashionable among most American political journalists. The author's principal conclusion is unequivocal. Today's Republicans in Congress behave like a parliamentary party in the style of the British Parliament, a winner-take-all system. The Republican Party has become ideologically polarized, internally unified, vehemently oppositional. These Republicans have become more loyal to party than to country, the authors write, so the political system has become grievously hobbled. At a time when the country faces unusually serious problems and grave threats, the country is squandering its economic future and putting itself at risk because of an inability to govern effectively. Mann and Ornstein rightly blame the news media for doing a mediocre job in covering this change in the Republican Party, the most important political story of the last 3 decades, the story of the transformation of the Republican Party into a party of extremists and ideologues. Today's Republican Party has little in common even with Ronald Reagan's GOP, or with earlier versions that believed in government. Instead, it has become an insurgent outlier, ideologically extreme, contemptuous of the inherited social and economic policy regime, scornful of compromise, unpersuaded by conventional understanding of facts, evidence, and science, and dismissive of the legitimacy of its political opposition, all but declaring war on the government. Mann and Ornstein consider the debt ceiling fiasco of last summer proof of these accusations. The idea of deliberately jeopardizing the credit rating of the United States by toying with a purposeful default on the country's debt was a carefully planned strategy, they note. The brainchild of Eric Cantor of Virginia, today's majority leader of the House. Mann and Ornstein quote John Boehner from late 2010, "We're going to have to deal with the debt ceiling as adults, whether we like it or not. The federal government has obligations, and we have obligations on our part." Cantor disagreed. When the new Republican House majority convened at a Baltimore retreat in January 2011, Cantor implored them to use the coming debt limit vote as their golden opportunity. They quote Cantor in a story in the Post that revealed this episode, quote, "I'm urging you, Republican House members, to look at a potential increase in the debt limit as a leverage moment when President Obama will have to deal with us and accept deep spending cuts." Book review of It Is Even Worse Than. It Looks, How the American Constitutional System Collided with the New Politics of Extremism. By Thomas E. Mann and Norman J. Ornstein. The reviewer is Robert Kaiser.